We are a very traditional Mexican family. Both of us come from Catholic families, and at the same time, families that value hard work.
You know, growing up as a Mexican Catholic, as a Latina Catholic, I feel like my Mexican roots, my parents were very insistent on them. It was a great gift to be a Mexican Catholic. Being a Latina and being Catholic you can't separate them for me. My spirituality comes from and has that great well and depth of what the church has given us through the love of Our Lady.
When identifying who to give the Iskali Inspire Award, it was very natural for us to think about Montse, because Montse embodies what it means to live her faith and her everyday work and her everyday life. It was really hard not to choose her, because I think Montse is the perfect example of who we want to put in front of young Latinos, right?
You know, I wish I'd had an Iskali. If Iskali had existed, I think that my life would have been a little less lonely. That community that's there is so well grounded in who we need to be, and we also understand what it means to be motivated by faith. And putting those together, we're uniquely positioned for this moment right now in this country to do really great things.
Always, since she was little, she was a champion of human rights. Always. From the cookie that she gave to the neighbor to sharing, she always shared. But she was really, really aware that to influence something and to change something, you had to do something.
I think Montse inspires young people just by who she is. And so just by her presence, I think she brings something to young people.
Montse brings about a freshness which says, why can't we? And in a way that is, collaborative. It's not, I'm young, you're old, you don't know. It's like, well, have you thought of this? And I think that's the other component to Iskali that is so beautiful, that these participants are able to be told, we want to hear your ideas. There really is such an opportunity for you to augment what we, the older folks, we've done things, good for us, but you can add to what we've done and make it all the better.
She makes you feel like you're the most important person in the world. You're part of her community, part of her family. And then there's that kind of driving enthusiasm and energy that leads to joy and happiness. All these are characteristics, of course, of the Hispanic community in the United States. She both embodies that and shares that gift with other people, and I hope gives the Hispanic community confidence, the wonderful leadership capacities they have in the service of the truth and the good and the beauty and all the things that are important to us.
Many times when we encounter the young people that we serve, we know that they are sometimes just looking for somebody that embodies their dreams, somebody that with their own story said, it is possible, sí se puede. And I think Montse's story embodies that. Sí se puede vivir la fe en tu trabajo, sí se puede ser líder, y que los hispanos tenemos mucho que contribuir a este país con nuestra fe, con los valores familiares.
Montse had this special touch with people, and she was very easy to communicate and especially to organize.
She doesn't do the work to be recognized. She does the work because it is the right thing to do. And she lives by her principles. She lives by her beliefs. And I think that's what we need in society right now. I mean, you need to be able to follow someone who looks like you, who speaks like you, who kind of lives like you, and that can show you that it is possible to live your life as a Catholic in this world. With everything that we're going through, the world is changing, and we have to be able to adapt and at some point also, just push through and continue your faith. And I think that's part of the example that she can deliver. She definitely is a role model. Say, for example, if I was to have another child and Montse was not my child, I would probably try to find someone like her to serve as an example, to serve as to help lead that child.
She's just so dynamic and lively and hope-filled. that I think that has to be inspiring to the young women. I mean, I'm older than they are, and I'm inspired by her.
I don't know that I'm an inspiration in any way to other people, but I try my best to live a faithful life and to listen to the Holy Spirit. And in listening to the Holy Spirit, I'm pushed into very uncomfortable situations where I'm called to testify to what we believe. And you have to be strong and courageous, and you really have to believe what you believe. You can't give away what you don't have. Be bold, be brave, ground yourself in prayer, ground yourself in your faith, really know your faith, because it's all you have. And learn how to give it away in the right moments, in the prudent moments. The moments that our church is living right now, the moments that the Latino and immigrant community is living right now in this country as we become a majority in this country, our role is to remember who we are, to remember our identity, and to remember that that identity doesn't have any other validators except God. That the only person that matters, the only opinion that matters is God. And that if you do that, if you get that question right and that fuels everything else falls into place. It doesn't mean you won't have struggles, but your struggles will have purpose. Your sacrifice will have purpose. And that makes the load so much lighter. So the road is hard. Yes, our lives are imperfect, 100%. But have courage and have faith and persevere.